because they're hot. That's what the sausages look like now once they're cold. Welcome back to Bone Smoke and Sizzle. Today I make something special, which is a pork and pineapple bratwurst. So we mix pork, we mix pineapple, we get in all the herbs and the spices, we cook the sausage, we cool the sausage and we pack it. It's something different what I normally get, because mixing pork and pineapple is very nice, but in a sausage it's something differently. Anyway, let me show you what I have here and how I make this bratwurst so you can make it as well. Okay, what I have here is I got pork butt, so it's very lean. Then I have here some pork belly trimmings. I have 30 to 32 mil pork casing in soak. I got pineapples here, I got white pepper, I got parsley, some nutmeg, some brown sugar, some ginger and butter salts. I use butter salts in that one here because I want to get the yellow out from the pineapple and have the meat a nice pink color. Overall, you'll be using 800 grams of pork butt per kilo and 200 grams of pork belly. Let me trim the pork belly because there's still the skin on it, so I will show you how I do that in the simple way, how to get the skin off a pork belly strip. Have you ever wondered how to get the rind of a pork belly in the easy way? It's simple, you just take the knife, pull down and just slide the knife along the skin and you just pull out. And then you got the rind off and that's it, you see? You just trim this off. And you just hold and pull. Make sure the knife is sharp and that's it. Let me show you this one more time. You cut down and you simply hold the knife and you just pull back. So what you do is that way is you just trim along, you see? And what you have is now, you see how lean? There's no meat on the rind. It's a clean cut. It's the easy way. If you only got a short bit like this one here, it's a bit harder. So what you do is you just press down with the finger on the rind and just slide the knife along. Let me show you again here. You take the rind, cut down, you hold it flat and you just pull back. And the rind is off. That's it. If you've got anything left on it, so that's it. It's clean. It's also clean. We got a little bit here. And you just pull back. You just hold the knife and pull back. And the rind is off. It takes getting used to it a little bit. Once you've done it a few times, it's easier. So you see it pulls it nicely off. Another piece here. The smaller bits are harder to hold, but that's normal. You can't do anything about it. There's nothing on there, there's nothing on there, there's nothing here. So that's done. So the pork belly is prepared. I just trim down the meat so it fits into the mincer. It's also done. Got here from the bone. Make sure you get the bone cartilages away. More piece here. That's it. Done. So the next thing what I will do is I will mince that meat now. So I have the mincer set up on a 4mm plate. I will mince now this through, and what I want to do is I mince that meat twice. Because the meat itself I want as fine as possible. So that's done. I'll put this back on the mincer now. Okay, let's get this through the second time. As we pre-cook that sausage and we don't have a bowl cutter for making an emulsion, I want to get it really fine. So that's it. Okay, that's ready. I got 2.1 kilo meat. Now I tell you again what you need per kilo. So I use buckwheat salts for this one here, as like I explained before. I want the color difference to come out from the pineapple, the yellow, going to the pink of the meat itself. And for this one here, buckwheat salts is perfect. And I need 20 grams per kilo, so I have 2.1 kilos, so I use 42 grams. It's 42 grams. Then the other thing what I need is brown sugar. The pineapple itself is sweet, but I want to give that sweeten it up a little bit, because there's 20 grams of salt in there. And with the sugar now is I compensate against the salt, and I use 4 grams per kilo. In that case I need 8.4 grams. And I usually use brown sugar, so that's it. Then I need ginger. Ginger is 1 gram per kilo, so I'll be using 2.1 gram. Ginger goes well with pineapple. And I use nutmeg. Nutmeg I use 0.5 gram per kilo, so I'll be using just about 1 gram. It was a little bit over 1 gram. Oops. That's it. Then I'll be adding parsley. So parsley I'm adding because to get the green spots in it as well, which gives a nice contrast to it. It's not really there for the flavor, because it's really just there for the looks. in the sausage as well. We're using a half gram, so I put in 1 gram because I have 2 kilos. That's it. Then I need white pepper. White pepper I need 2 grams per kilo, so I put in 4.2 gram here. That's it. So that's the herbs and spices. What I need to do is now is I'm using tinned pineapples, and I need 100 gram per kilo. So I will chop this one now and show you how big I cut them or how small I cut them. On the pineapple, you could also use fresh pineapple. I prefer to use those in the tins, but it's up to you. If you use fresh pineapple, taste it first if it's too sour or not, because if it's sour you need to compensate with the sugar, and otherwise you might have a weird effect in the sausage itself. So, because those are smaller tins, so I need 2 tins from that. Don't chuck away the juice because we need them. As you can see, chunks, we want chunks in there. That's the whole point, because once you bite into the sausage, you want this explosion of the pineapple in there. But we don't put them in yet. The juices we keep, so I cut the other tin and then I show how to mix it. I have now here just a little bit over 200 grams of pineapple, coarsely chopped. But I have not put them in the meat yet because we start mixing the meat now, and only on the end we're gonna add in the pineapples, because otherwise we squash them, we don't want that. The sausage itself also needs some liquid. So normally in sausage we put in water, but in that case we use the juice from the can. So we're using 50 ml of pineapple juice per kilo, so I'll be adding in 100 ml now. Like I said before, we keep the juice, so I just put in 100 ml. Because we want that nice pineapple flavor in there. That I will do. That's it. I'm gonna put some gloves on now and start mixing. As you can see, the salt, the herbs, the spices already in the meat. I'm gonna add the juice now. And let's give this a really good mix. It needs to be really binding, because we cook the sausage afterwards. It's quite wet at the moment, but that's fine. So I've finished off mixing this one here now, and once it's done, I'm gonna come back to you. Okay, this is mixed. Took quite some time because it needs to get really sticky, this one here, because we boil it afterwards, so we cook it slowly in the pot as well. So now I'm gonna mix in the pineapples. And here we go. Now I need to get them mixed in. They need to start sticking on the meat now. So I keep mixing now. So that part is actually the longest, because you really need to get a good binding on it. Takes a little bit more work, this one here. but it's well worth it. So that's good. I will now prepare the filler and get the casing on it, and let's start filling sausages. You have to be a little bit patient with the mixing on this one here, because like if you don't mix it right, if you don't mix it enough, you might lose the juice during the cooking. But as you've seen, it should be really sticky and they should bind, and the pineapple itself should be covered by the meat, then it should start sticking to the meat, then it's right. I filled my trusted little sausage filler, which I'm using for little amounts like this one here, because the big one wasn't worth it. I have also soaked here the casing, so let's get all this out here, get it ready, and start filling them. Always be patient with the casing, because even if you pulled it out before from the box nice and clean, once you put it into water, there still could become a knot. The other thing is, I showed it quite a few times before, put your finger in the casing, so, and then scoop up water. That's the easiest way. Just scoop up like this. You see, there's water going in here, and that rinses the casing inside. And like as many times, the nozzle here on the front, you don't want to have meat on the nozzle itself, so I'm just grease the front of it a little bit. And let's pull up the casing, and you see, because of that, it goes very easy. It just slides onto it. There's no issue then, and push out the water. Also, I showed you before, like when you take it, the skin, you just put your fingers underneath, put one over, and you pull back. So you eventually you will do it automatically. So a knotting again, 2 fingers, pull them over, turn, grab the skin, pull it out, and pull back. So you have about 2-3 centimeters on the end, and then pull a little bit. When you fill on your own, it's a little bit harder because you have to twist, but you figure that out. Then make sure there's no air in there. Try to invest in a little poker. You see there's 3 little prongs on it. It costs like $1 maybe, so it's cheap, but it helps you to get out the air. We don't want any air in there. So, but let's fill it first, and then we get the air out. Don't fill them too hard, nor too loose. When you fill, use the 2 little fingers here on the end to hold the skin back a little bit, and with the thumb start holding that so you get the right pressure on it. Here you get air, you see? You get that, poke it a little bit, the air comes out, that's fine. And if you keep the nozzle in the middle of the casing, then the air pushes out the side, so that way it helps you to keep the air to a minimum. So that's nearly finished there. There's not much left. You also can see the pineapple pieces inside the sausage. With those little fillers you get usually quite a bit of air in there, but you can't do much about it. So you can only do your best. So that's it nearly. That's it. Done. Pull off, make a knot in it. So. Always take it off once you're finished, because as I said before, it can dry. So I put this away now and start twisting the sausages. Twisting is fairly easy. Make it about 12, 14, 15 centimeters long. Depends on you. So that's done. Last one was a bit longer, doesn't matter. So what I want to check now is of air. It's good. That's good. So there's no air. Now the next thing is what happens now is I let the sausage now rest for about half hour to an hour. I put it aside. In the meantime, I get the kettle ready because I want to cook those in here. The water has now heated to 81 degrees, so 80 has just turned off on standby. This one is a little bit out, so it's set to about 72. What I do is now is I add the sausages into it. See if I can do this with one hand. And let me get them in first before I do anything else. So here we go. That's it. And we leave them in there now for at least 30 minutes. And the water should always be staying at around 80 degrees. It will cool down a little bit, you see, because of the sausages are cold, which is normal, but when it goes below 78 or 77, it kicks in again and heats up again. So I'll be back in about 30 minutes when they are cooked and show you the next step. Okay, the sausages have now been cooking at 80 degrees for 30 minutes. They are done. They've reached a core temperature of 75 degrees. So what I will do is I will take them out now. I've prepared some ice water because we need to cool them down as quick as possible. You see, they have a nice pink color as well. So I will take a smoking stick here to take them out. Yeah. Because they're hot, because we want to cool them as quick as possible so they don't go brown. So keep them under water. They will stay in now for 15-20 minutes till they are cold. Once they are cold, I will cut one so you can see what it looks like inside, and of course taste one as well. I took one out now. This is still hot. I cut off the end. If you can see, you see the pineapple in there. The nice color, you got the pinkish color from the meat and the yellow from the pineapple. Because they need to be fried, I will take the skin off. And the skin I only take off because I'm eating it like this now. Normally I don't take the skin off because it gets fried anyway. Let's have a look there. You see she is nice and firm. Looks good. Let's cut it. Nice pink color, the pineapple in there. Let's taste it. Very good. This one now fried. Perfect. This is really good also for a breakfast sausage because you got that freshness. It's a mild flavor and you have that pineapple in there as well. It's really good. You got that sweetness from the pineapple, but also you can taste a little bit of the ginger and the white pepper, so it has a little bit of heat in there. So the sweetness with the heat is really nice. And because there's 800 grams of pork butt, which is lean, and only 200 grams of belly in there, so the sausage is fairly lean, and if it's fried up, it enhances the flavor even more. So give it a go, try it. Anyway, what happens now is once the sausages are cold, I will pack them, I cryovac them, and once they're cryovac, they should last for about 2 weeks in the fridge. If you don't use it within a week or two, put them in the freezer, and before you use them, just let them slowly defrost in the fridge and then fry them up. That's what the sausages look like now once they are cold. And now they will be vacuum packed, so I cryovac them. They will last for about 2 weeks in the bag. They last even longer, but like I be conservative here, so 2 weeks in the fridge. And if you need them to be longer, or if you don't eat them within 2 weeks, then just put them in the freezer and defrost them slowly. Best thing is if you fry them gently in the frying pan now, because they're also good for breakfast. That's what it looks like cut. You can see the pineapple pieces in there. Sausage has a nice pinkish color. That's because of the buckle salt and the sugar, of course. And it looks really good. It's nice and firm. Now you've seen how easy it is to make pork and pineapple or sausage. The sausage itself has a nice sweet flavor from the pineapple, but at the same time has a little bit of heat from the white pepper and also from the ginger. The ginger goes well also with the pineapple. So otherwise, I hope you enjoyed that video. Make it, try it out. Let me know how you get on with it. And anyway, I see you a bit later with the next video. Till then, have fun. Bye bye.